and the opinions given by the individual host and their guests do not necessarily reflect those of Para X, its affiliates, or its sponsors.
Step outside of your comfort zone. See the world with a whole new perspective. Join us and experience the unexplained on the Paranormal View.
And welcome, everybody, right here to the Paranormal View on the Para X Radio Network. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. Here, it's still raining, has been for the last 14 weeks, I think. There's a guy down the street that's building an ark. He said something about the new flood or something coming, so... But anyway, we do have lots of floods around the area, the Ohio River, the Great Miami River, the Little Miami River, and you name it, they're all not little anymore.
All the new rivers.
Yeah, they're not little anymore. So, but I hope everybody else is having a great weekend. Glad that everybody's here. I want to thank everybody in the chat room for taking the time to be with us tonight, and those listening from around the world. We appreciate each and every one of you. If you'd like to join us over in the chat room, feel free to come over to para-x.com and click on the chat now button up at the top. And you'll be in with all these wonderful people. You'll be able to interact with them and interact with us and ask questions. And make sure that you have headphones, because tonight we're going to be listening to a lot of EVPs. So if you do have questions on those, feel free to private chat them to either Henry Foister, Ceiling Cat, or Geoffrey Gould, and we will get those answered for you. And if you're somewhere else and don't want to come over and you have questions, you can still do so by sending a question to the Paranormal View at gmail.com, and we will get those answered for you. I want to thank everybody for being with us tonight. We have with us tonight Geoffrey Gould.
Hello.
And Barbara Duncan.
I am here.
And tonight we have a special fill-in co-host. I don't know if it's just a fill-in or just a guest co-host, you might say, who has been a co-host on here before. And we like to get him on every now and then to talk. Tonight we have with us Craig Rupp. He just has to kiss his microphone to get
kiss Mike, and this is very uncomfortable. Let me tell you.
I told you, just take and put some lipstick on, you'll be okay.
This is why you never throw anything out.
Yeah, I got rid of all my good stuff, so this will have to do. Well, everybody can hear me.
As long as you're close to the mic, everybody can hear you, so that's good.
All right, that'll work.
All right. So we got lots of stuff been going on, and I'm still now into my 8th week or something like that of retirement, and still haven't done anything.
And Patsy still hasn't killed you, which is really impressive.
Yeah. It's close, and it's getting closer, though, I think. Anyway.
What, doing something or getting killed by Patsy?
Getting killed by Patsy. Every time I mention, I should, go do a little stuff. Says, if you do, I'll quit. I said, okay, I'm not going to do so that just shoots that right there real quick like. Anyway.
Well, you just cat said Arthur.
No way. Anyway, we are going to do a lot of good stuff tonight. We got a lot of good EVPs. Craig has even sent me some EVPs. We'll be talking about EVPs and whether they're actually real or not. And a lot of people say they are. A lot of people say they aren't. But from what I've got, it comes from somewhere.
That's why it's called a phenomenon.
Yeah. So,
Exactly.
and when you're out trying to
And we should point out, of course, that EVP doesn't stand for Executive Vice President. It stands for Electronic Voice Phenomenon. For those who came in late.
right, that's what it stands for.
Yeah, but not everyone knows that.
Not everybody knows that. They should by now, as much as
Well,
Well, if you got
anybody
somebody
who
who's
hasn't
like,
watched at least one episode of Ghost Hunters where they have to mention it
oh yeah,
at least 3 times.
at least
Yeah.
3 times. Yeah.
true.
We got somebody else come in as a guest, and it says timid self. So I have no idea who that is. We'll find out though a little bit later, probably once they get, I guess, logged in. Anyway, when you're out trying to, I would say, scrounge around for EVPs with your recorder, there is a lot that you can pick up that's not really, you might say, paranormal. Yeah, the recorders are very sensitive, and they will pick stuff up from a distance that you've never even thought that you could hear or something like that. So you have to be careful what you're actually picking up. And
Oh yeah, they get really, really sensitive, and you could be picking up tummy growlings and
yes,
all sorts of
I have lots of those on my recorder. You'll hear it go, and you say, "Oh man, did you hear that?" No, I didn't hear anything. I've noticed a lot of times when I do go out, a lot of times my stomach will start that, and I have to, tag it and say, that's me. Don't try and say it's something. But it does pick stuff like that up very easily. And I'm sure Craig can attest to that.
What, your stomach growling?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
I used to come down here with a friend, and he used to wear one of those vinyl jackets. It drove me insane.
Oh, yeah.
Still trying to do an EVP, and all you can hear is squeak.
Yeah. The ruffling of the coat.
Yeah, so you have to be careful what you wear, too.
What you wear?
And because your hand, when you do an EVP, people realize that the rub that pick up something.
Yeah. I like to take and lay my recorder down a lot of times instead of trying to hold it if I'm going to be there for a little bit asking questions.
Right.
That's not always possible, but it's a good way to do it. I find that if you're going to be doing an investigation like at one of these big box places where you go in as a group of a whole bunch of people, that more than likely you're not going to actually get something that's really credible evidence unless you're way off away from them and something is hitting your microphone telling you, hey, I'm here type thing. Because there's so much background noise of people talking everything, it's very hard to pick something up. 2 or 3 people in a place by yourselves, or if everybody is sitting down quiet and not talking, you stand a better chance of actually picking something up.
Well, here's a good question for everybody, though, is that when you investigate in the evening hours, which they tell you is better because there's not a lot of outside noise pollution. But on the other hand, noise pollution at night seems to carry a lot further.
It does.
So you're getting more noise pollution, but at least it's clearer.
Right.
Right?
It also depends on the place that you're at. If you've got a place or in a place that's insulated real good, you won't pick as much noise up from the outside. My house here, probably just doing the show when there's a lot of traffic going by, my microphone will probably even pick up traffic and you'll be able to hear it over the air most likely. because it does get loud even with my windows closed. They're not insulated real well. So yeah, those are some of the things that you have to look for too. If it's storming, the electrical charges is supposed to be conductive with picking up paranormal activity. However, rain beating down, thunder, and all that, your recorder will pick all that up too. And if there is something trying to talk, more than likely it'll be drowned it out, or it'll mess it up to where you pick up what's actually being said.
I personally love what was said about the day night thing.
Just
I've actually had more things happen today here in Gettysburg.
During the daytime?
Oh yeah, during the day.
So do you still hear like cannon fire during the day as well?
I haven't heard a cannon fire in a while, but about a month or so ago, I was going out. If anybody's seen my Facebook page, I'd love to go out and take sunrise photos. And it was probably about 6:30 in the morning, and I live right on the edge of the battlefield. And I was scraping my windows, and I heard what sounded like 50 people right over here in this field. And it just caught me off guard. I was like, it's too early for a bus tour. What is that over there? So I made it a point to look around for us or, a group of cars, people, and there was nobody in the field. Now, I'm not saying it were ghosts. It could have been people, but just that's the great thing about Gettysburg. Stuff like that happens, and you just can't explain it sometimes.
Maybe they were really, really short.
They would have had to be really short.
Craig, do you find that the EVPs and the activity that you find there tends to mirror the time that the events actually happen, like battles at sunrise, battles at noon? In the evening it calms down because they probably didn't fire at night.
Yeah, I've had a lot of, not so much EVPs, but like personal experiences during the day. Like I give tours here, and when friends or family come down, and I've had things happen during the day. Like for instance, I was showing some friends around, and one of my friends who was a female, she's probably about 5 feet in front of me, and we were walking towards the Union headquarters, and out of nowhere, she just stopped and turned around. She yelled, "Ow!" And I said, "What's going on?" And she said, "Somebody just pulled my hair." And there was nobody around her. And it's just really cool things like that happened that I love about this place.
A lot of it takes place there, that's for sure. Of course, when we go over, Craig's always comes along with us too and shows us around, and I go out with Craig sometimes, and we I guess it was a couple years ago, we went down to what's that hotel that you took me to?
Fairfield?
No, not Fairfield. The other one where the general and all the movie stars stayed at.
Oh, the Farnsworth?
No, it's out of town. You go out and you take the old highway.
Cashtown?
Yeah, Cashtown. You took me down there, and they let us go upstairs, and you show me around the different rooms. I'll play this one so you can put your headphones on and turn your sound all up. But we was upstairs in one of the bedrooms, and there was a plaque, I guess it was either on the wall or the headboard of the bed, and I was kind of reading it, and all of a sudden this girl says something, only there wasn't no girl there. So listen to see if you can hear it, I'll turn my sound up a little bit too, so maybe it'll play it a little louder. So listen close. 97. And you know that right after 1897, you hear the voice come in there. It's real quick. I'll play it again for you, so see if you can catch it this time. 97. And you know that. Could you guys hear that?
Kind of. It's really,
Sound like a little girl?
yeah,
Saying,
almost saying,
Yeah, I don't know what it was she was saying, but they was only the only people that was up there was me and Craig.
See, that's what drives me crazy about EVPs that are played back is people like to trim them right up to the billionth of a second so that by the time your brain recognizes it's over and the person's like, did you hear it? I'm like, my brain is still trying to process in the audio I just heard.
Of course, speaking isn't the only thing that you can pick up a lot of times. You get noises, sounds that's not normal. I mean, a house settling is one thing, but when you get big booms and bangs, it's all the time. It's not that. And there's other things that you actually can catch on there too. So I got a bunch of those we'll be listening to here in a little bit also. But Craig sent me some, and this one here that I'm going to start with is from the Fairfield Inn, and you have it labeled as a Fairfield Inn door.
Yeah, that was. Well, it's from the room where you guys did the show. What, last year, 2 years ago?
Right.
Oh, the chess room. I was up there. It was a day after that I stayed there. I was just going through with a microcassette recorder, just explaining all the rooms in case I ever wanted to stay there. I play the audio, hear what happened.
All right. Let's see what it says then.
And there's the famous chess room where the pieces move on their own. Refrigerator, microwave, private balcony, TV, coffee maker, whole works. And also a nice bedroom. And the door just opened while I'm up here to the outside.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Is that the one that's on the balcony?
I don't know if you heard me pause. I was trying to register what I had just seen, and I knew I was the only one up there. So, I mean, we're not in use. I don't know if you noticed the door handle.
Well, it sounded like someone was dropping something.
No, it was the door.
Yeah, once I heard you saying the door, I thought, oh, that's what I heard. Okay.
Well, it sounded like somebody said something right after you said microwave.
Oh, really?
I don't.
Yep.
I was.
Let's listen again and see.
And there's the famous chess room where the pieces move on their own. Refrigerator, microwave, private balcony, TV, coffee maker, whole works. And also a nice bedroom. And the door just opened while I'm up here to the outside. How cool is that?
Maybe.
Okay, sorry, not right after microwave, but the works. It sounded like somebody said something like "all right" or
I didn't hear.
to that effect.
Well, there were twice that the audio absolutely cut silent for a second, and then came back in.
Yeah, I'm getting that too, especially when you guys are talking. Thought it was my Skype.
Well, it could be your headset. if it's not a good one.
No, I got a good headset. It's the
Oh.
microphone.
It's the microphone, huh?
Sony too. I don't get it, but
So right after you said the works, it sounded like somebody said, all right, or yeah, or I understand, or something really fast.
All right. You want to listen to it one more time?
Yeah, I couldn't hurt. It's a 2-hour show.
Yeah, okay.
And there's the famous chess room where the pieces move on their own. There's a refrigerator, microwave, private balcony, TV, coffee maker. Whole works. And also a nice bedroom. And the door just opened while I'm up here to the outside. How cool is that?
Yeah, I didn't hear a voice. What I heard was the door latch being thrown.
Oh, I heard a
Wow.
voice.
Well,
I didn't pick it up.
she's hearing it psychically.
No, I have fairly good headphones and really, really good hearing.
Really, really good.
So right after you say the works, go back and listen. You can hear the door latch,
Right.
but yeah, there's a voice back there too.
okay, I'll listen.
Okay, I'll have to play that
Curious.
later. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, what was the name of that the first hotel? Because I got dropped off for a second. Where you with the mini EVP, the first one.
Yeah.
Which hotel
Cash.
was that? Ashley or
That's
Cash
Cashtown.
Inn.
Cash Town? Like Cash Town Races? Oh wait, no, that's not
Cashtown Inn.
Ian. Oh, okay, yeah. Cool.
You got another one here called the Halderman Mansion.
Yep, that was pretty cool. I heard that gave me chills.
Okay. Well, let's take and listen to it then.
I'll explain.
The hell?
Was that something talking into your recorder?
No, so what it was myself, my friend Donnie, and Pat and Doug. We were there doing an investigation at the Haldeman Mansion, and it was a stormy night. So we decided to go grab something to eat before we started our investigation. And what I did, I left 2 recorders right upstairs. Went to eat, came back, did our usual next week when I was listening, I heard that. Sounds like to me is a gunshot and a woman's scream. Picked up the other recorder that was there, and it was not on that one. It was probably 10 feet away in the next room. There's nobody else around. So I emailed the Haldeman Mansion and I asked, was there ever a murder in that? They said, I think so. Why? Sent him that. The judge of it. To me, it sounds like a gunshot and a scream.
Hey, you know that thing about the rocket's red glare? It kind of had that projectile sound. I agree.
Wish we could go back there, but
All right. Well, let's listen to it again and see what we pick up on it. That could have been a gunshot and a scream.
I heard the scream, but I wasn't sure about the gunshot because you had that warbling sound, that rippling warble sound effect in the side.
Now, a lot of that is also, I would say, the type of recorder that you use also, isn't it?
right, there are some great recorders out there. Some not so.
Because I
Which one are you using, Craig?
I had like 22.
Oh,
That
So
that
honestly,
sounds.
if anything like this microphone, it was probably a Sony.
Okay.
My Sony picks up good. It's my Olympia that didn't pick up real good. It would have that background sound to it.
Which is interesting because usually the Olympia is the one that, they actually had a model that they had to recall because people were getting additional voices and they didn't realize they were getting EVPs.
That was the early one. I had a 2600. That was my first one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Very interesting. So let's see what else we got here.
Was that from the same place?
No, that was
Keep going.
The Halterman Mansion, which is in Bainbridge, Pennsylvania. It's right next to 3 Mile Island.
Radioactive ghosts.
Yeah, right.
And you said the name was what? Was what?
Halterman Mansion.
the Halderman Mansion.
With an
Halterman.
Yeah.
with an A or an H?
H.
And
Now you're both saying the same thing.
H-A-L. Halderman.
Okay, Alderman.
Like Earl Haldeman, the
The actor. All right, this next one that I'm going to play for you is called Ryan, and it says Heaven.
you put me on the spot first.
Oh, really?
This was actually from a
You're cutting out.
oh no, I'm kissing the microphone.
Oh, now it's good.
This one was actually from a investigation where a family lost their son, and this was a mother talking to him, and she asked him, are you okay? I hope everything's okay, and you'll hear his answer.
Now, which one of you guys burped?
That was me. Sorry.
Okay.
I didn't even think it was so small. I didn't even think it went over.
All right, listen to this one.
I know you're a strong spirit. I just want to know where you are and if you're okay. Brian, where are you?
I said heaven, didn't it?
That's what we all thought it said. Evan.
When somebody is was that her son?
Yeah, that was her son.
I would assume that if you're asking questions like that and you get an answer like that, it's got to give you the goosebumps all over.
It did. That was a really special night for all of us. That kind of gave him closure. That's why I sent you that. I mean, I have a lot of EVPs, but only a few of them are special.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and play that one again for you.
Brian, I know you're a strong spirit. I just want to know where you are and if you're okay. Brian, where are you?
No doubt about that. I mean, you could hear that one playing.
Yep.
and it's interesting that you get that kind of metallic sound, like a lot of EVPs seem to have. Like they're talking through a tin can.
Mm-hmm.
Right, exactly. I mean, some are crystal clear, and some sound like that. I guess that's the.
And that's like, you never did go to the Bell Nursing Home, did you?
Yeah, no, I don't go to these big places. Like you said, you get all these people and you pay all this money.
Well, when I went, I was going there to do my shows, so it didn't cost us anything, and it wasn't but like five of us
That's
there.
a bonus.
But this one here, I caught there, and a lot of people has heard it before. But I'm going to play it again, and you'll hear me and Kat talking, and the couple of the other people that was there with us. But you can't mistake what we pick up. So I'll play that again. I'll turn my volume up just a little bit here and see if it'll help any. So listen to this one.
It was kind of funny. Point to Lisa, not my flashlight.
Now, we was in the day room of this place, and that's the way they had it fixed up when we was there. Whether it was used as a day room or used as a ward or not, I don't know. But it sounds like a little girl was asking somebody to wake up, whether they had just fallen asleep, she wanted them to wake up, or whether they had died, but she was wanting them to wake up. I don't know. It just right out of the blue. Please wake up. Were you guys able to hear that?
Oh, yeah, I've heard that one before. What's interesting is it almost sounds like she's starting it in a sing-song manner.
It sounds almost like notes.
That's what a sing-song means.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
remember that if she is distraught or mourning, then you're going to have that. If you're in the middle of crying, your voice is going to go up, and you're going to sound like that.
Well,
please wake up could be that she's in the middle of crying.
possibly. But it sounded almost like the beginning of This Old Man. He came, No, if you listen to the sound, it's, this old man, he, whatever the lines are. But whenever I hear that, it's like she's saying, please wake up, as opposed to this old man, he played one, da-da-da-da-da-da.
Right. Well, was you able to hear that, Craig?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll play it one more time for everybody, and then I got another one I'll play for us.
Can you point to Lisa
was
for
kind
me,
of funny.
please? Point to Lisa, not my flashlight.
So it was very interesting.
It doesn't sound like any kind of tears, emotional kind of a thing behind that. In my ears, anyway.
Thanks, Jeff. Right now, I'm going to have that song in my head all night.
Well, this other one that I'm going to do right now, in Lebanon, Ohio, there's a old hotel. It used to be a stagecoach stop. I think 11 different presidents or something like that has stayed in this hotel, and it's real
all at once. Wow.
Not all at once, no. But they not just those, but there's a lot of famous people that stayed in this hotel. It's got a restaurant and everything. It's the oldest continuous operating hotel, I guess you might say, in the state. And the thing is if you go up there, you can go up the different floors and walk down the halls and look at the rooms. And if no one is occupying the room, the door will be open. And they got like a little thing draped across the doorway so you can't walk in, but you can look in the room and see how they looked. Or I guess they look pretty much about the way they always have.
You mean like a Velvet Rope kind of thing, or a crime scene tape, or what do you?
Velvet Rope. They just,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But if there's no one standing there, the door will be open. And you can look in the room like that. I walked.
So it's sort of like doubles as a little museum.
Right, right. You can see everything. And I walked down to the end of the hall with nobody up there but me, and the door was open, and it's the room where President Taft had stayed. So I'm going to play this for you. President Taft, are you here? Could you hear that? It was like
no.
but he said, yeah.
Oh, you could hear it at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sounded more like Henry was, exhaling.
No, it wasn't me. That's a clear yeah.
And which hotel was this one?
It's the Golden Lamb is what it's called.
Ah, okay. Cool.
So I'll play it again for you. So listen close. President Taft, are you here?
Oh, okay. That I heard it that time.
I heard that and I said, you got to be kidding me. Sometimes you can get surprised with things like that comes about. Not all EVPs are clear that you catch, but you can catch where you know that something is being said. Most of the time we discard those. I usually keep them just to say, yeah, I heard something. I just don't know what it is. So, but you get a lot of those. You get private residences. Greg, if you went and a couple people and done private residences where people's saying they're hearing things or something's going on, and you guys go in and investigate for them.
Yeah, that's basically what I.
To me, you get some of the if there's actually something going on, you get really good evidence with EVPs and stuff when you're doing stuff like that.
I'm sorry, Henry, you're cutting out. But yeah, if you're doing a private residence and there is stuff going on, usually it's something that wants your attention. So yeah, you get some really great EVPs.
There's a few places that we've done over here near me where friends of mine have said, yeah, there's ghosts in my house or whatever. Won't you guys come over and investigate? And I've done that, and amazing stuff that we've caught from different places like that. Let's see. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Playing EVP of dogs.
Yeah, Jeff.
That was not what I wanted to do. Okay, that was not the mute button. All right.
Not the mute button, huh?
At least it's not an angry roommate.
No, God, no. Although, at least the only good thing about the new Skype is if you get kicked off and you go back to the main page, you can actually see that the call still exists, and there's a little join call button. So you don't have to worry about Henry realizing, several minutes in that you're, been kicked off, and you can just jump right back in.
Yeah, I don't understand this new Skype at all. If you guys lose me, I'm sorry. I don't know how to get back on.
Well, if you get off and everything, he'll show you that you're off. It'll either automatically try to get you back on, or else I'll call you back in. So.
Okay, well that's what you say, but all right. Okay.
Yeah. One of the first places that I actually investigated was an old farmhouse where my wife started taking painting lessons in the studio, and the studio used to be an old barn. Not only it was that haunted, but also the house was haunted. And the woman invited me to come in anytime I wanted to, and investigate. So I did their house for them. I did their barn numerous times. And these are some of the things that we actually got from there.
Is this a private residence because you're not mentioning it, or you just haven't thought to mention what it is yet?
It's a private residence. It used to be an old farm.
Okay. Just making sure. Yeah.
It's no longer there. It's been tore down.
Don't.
Which really upset me. But some of the things that I'm going to play, you'll hear people talking, but then you'll hear a little girl saying something. You necessarily can't make out what she's saying, but you can hear her plain as day saying something. So there's 2 or 3 of them that I've got like that. This one here is, I just got it labeled as a girl's voice. So listen to see if you can catch this one. Now, could you hear that little girl saying something? Sounded like she was saying, "Are we something or other?" And I can't make out.
Oh, I thought I heard "mommy" something.
Oh, is that what it was? See, I mean, you hear her saying something, you just can't make out what it is. I'll play it again for you. But still, when you're doing EVP work and you catch something like that, it makes you, and you're just all happy that you actually caught something. Whether you can hear what they're saying or not, you know that there wasn't no little girl there.
Well, and the thing is she just sounds like she's walking alongside in the group. It doesn't sound like, there's an EVP, unless you say, by the way, there was no kid.
Oh, yeah. Or "mommy, stop it," or something like that. Yeah.
Are we there yet?
Yeah, something like that.
Where's heaven? Where's where?
This one here was also in the kitchen. I just got it labeled as kitchen, so it might be where they're talking about the pots and the pans. The house was built in the mid 1800s, and they had a great big old fireplace in the kitchen where they used to do all the cooking. And there's me, this other woman, and a guy was actually investigating the house at this time. First time we was actually in there doing it. And this woman, I think this is the one where she asks a question or talking about it, and you'll hear a voice.
Did you do all the cooking here?
Now, you hear her saying about the pots and the pans, and then you'll hear this old man's voice come in there. They're not all mine. I don't know if you could actually hear that or not. You have to turn it up and listen.
I thought he was saying, "Oh."
Yeah, well, we think they're not all mine. And later, after the woman had heard this and everything, she said it sounds like the old man that used to live across the road from them. And their house is old. I'd like to go into their house. Their house used to be a stagecoach stop. And the neat thing about it is I've got pictures of it. I can post online. But up at the top, you'll see small windows all across. And when the passengers would stop there at the stagecoach stop, it's the rooms that they would stay in. You had to go upstairs and through the master bedroom to go to those rooms. And the reason for that was in order for them to leave, they would have to go out through the master bedroom. And it was done like that so they couldn't skip out in the middle of the night and not pay their bill.
Can you play that again and turn the volume up?
Yes, I will play it again, and I will turn the volume up and see if this is louder.
Cool.
And did you do all the cooking here?
Could you hear that?
You're good.
Yeah, she sounded a little
Yeah.
too robotic. I couldn't make out her voice beyond hers.
I definitely heard "not all mine."
Right.
Back there.
Yeah. There's an old guy saying that. Of course, there wasn't no old guy there, just the three of us. We were up in the, let's see, this one here is another one, a whisper in the kitchen. And I don't know whether it's a girl or a guy that's whispering in the kitchen. We'll have to look and see. We'll try this one real quick, like. There was a raspy voice behind in the background of this guy that's talking. You hear him saying something. Can't make out what it is, but I think it's that same old guy that of They're Not All Mine, because it was in the kitchen. It's kind of quick, so I'll play that one again for you. Were you able to hear anything on that one?
Yeah, but I can't figure out what it
I
said.
can't make out what it says either, but you can hear the raspy voice over top of what somebody is saying. Let's see. This one here was one of the first ones that I caught in the barn. Used to be a barn, the studio part. Upstairs is where I was at. I went up, sat down on the floor, was asking questions, and I wasn't up there 15 minutes maybe, and I caught this one.
What is your name?
I was sitting on the floor, and you hear, when I ask, what is your name, you hear footsteps going across what used to be the loft. And then way right at the end, you hear a hey, but the hey is real soft, so you probably wasn't able to hear it over the air.
Well, there's kind of like a growl there too that almost sounds like Carl.
Could have been.
Oh, Walking Dead fans. Oh, wait.
The thing is, it sounded like boots on a hardwood floor walking, but it was all carpeted, so you wouldn't have heard that. I'll play it for you one more time.
What is your name?
You say there was something right before the hey that sounded like
No, right at
another
the
word?
end.
Is that what you were saying, Barbara?
Yeah. No, right at the end of it.
Okay, that's what I thought was saying hey. It could have been saying Carl.
Well, no, it didn't sound like hey. Right at the very, very end of it, it almost sounded like an echo, but I thought it was Carl.
Okay, could have been, because you couldn't really make out exactly what I thought he was saying. But yeah, it could have been. He could have been calling a name or something to somebody. So, well,
what was the guy's name?
That lived.
Who lived across? Yeah.
I don't know what his name was. Okay. I have no idea. The woman that used to own the house, they ended up getting a divorce, and she moved away, and he's gone. So I haven't been in contact with him for years. So let's see here. Wow, we kind of missed a break. Are you wanting to take a break, or you wanting to keep going?
We can keep going.
I got lots of stuff. I got lots of stuff to listen to. We even got more from Craig. So, okay. I hope everybody in the chat room is able to hear some of these. We got some here that's going to be real good ones coming up. Let's see here. If I can find this one. I thought I put it over here. Maybe not. Let's see.
So maybe a station break is good.
Could be. I don't know where that one went to, and it made me mad because I thought it was a good one. All right, we will take a quick break. How's that sound? And Geoffrey, you know what you get to do?
Where is that beast?
Or is Geoffrey with us? Did I lose him? I must have. Barbara, you want to take us out then?
Well, okay, I guess I will take us out then. Folks, you're listening to the Paranormal View here on ParaX Radio Network with your hosts Henry Foister, Geoffrey Gould, and myself, Barbara Duncan, and tonight's special guest, Craig Rupp. We'll be right back after a few messages.
Whether you're listening at home, at work, or anywhere, thanks for making ParaX part of your day. Your source for everything paranormal, ParaX.
And welcome back, everybody, right here to the Paranormal View on the ParaX Radio Network. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to be with us tonight, and hoping you're having a good time listening to EVPs and talking about them. So we want to thank all those people listening from around the world. And speaking of people from around the world, Barbara, where do we have people listening from?
Well, tonight they're from all over the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia, and our little unknown friend is back.
The little unknown. I want to thank everybody for being with us tonight, though. I know here we've had lots and lots and lots of rain, and still raining, so the river's it's flooded. There's a lot of places it's closed, and roads and everything down toward Cincinnati. It's really bad down through there. The last time it flooded this bad was in 1997, so it tells you how long ago that's been. We got with us also tonight, we got Geoffrey Gould. Maybe. Did he make it back on? I guess I'm going to have to go.
No, hang on. You said, we have with us, and it went silent. I'm like, oh, there. Hello. Jeff's here.
You're tinny. You're fading.
Much as Skype will let me.
Yeah.
Of course.
Jeff is rapidly becoming an EVP.
I know. We got Barbara Duncan with us.
I am here.
And we got the famous Craig Rupp with us.
Yes.
Oh. I'm still kissing the mic.
Remind me when I come over in April, I'm going to bring you a tube of lipstick.
I might need it after tonight. Well, not lipstick, lip balm.
Lip balm. Is that what you want? Okay.
Let's not go there now.
He's going to have to buy that Mike dinner after the show.
Right. At least a glass of wine. I'll share my wine with it.
Well, that's a good idea. Yeah. Over. We got some good things lined up for this year. We're going to go into. Matter of fact, Tabby's in the chat room now. She can tell you. We got I guess it's a pub or something like that we're going to be doing. Used to be a field hospital, I believe. We're going to be investigating it on Friday night. And then Saturday night, we'll be doing the show from the Ghost Exchange. And from what I understand, that place also is haunted too. So that'll be a couple of good nights. With that, we are playing EVPs. And I got some more here from Craig that he sent me. I got one here called Gunshots at Antietam.
Sorry, Henry, you cut out.
Said we're going to play the Gunshots from Antietam that you sent me.
Oh, yeah, that was, you remember the night we did the live show from there?
Oh, where you was down at the creek?
Yes.
And you went swimming?
Yeah, that's a long story, but this was we were wrapping up, and I still have my recorder running. Somebody says something, it was a good night or something like that, and you hear 2 gunshots after that.
All right, let's see if we can hear them then.
It's a whole different ambience right now. You don't feel it?
I heard them. In case you didn't, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn the sound up a little bit, and I'll play it again to see if everybody can hear them. Try it now.
It's a whole different ambience right now. You don't feel it?
Sounded like 2 gunshots to me.
Yeah, at first
It sounded pretty close by, right?
Yeah, we did everything at the bridge to that night, and we got a lot of crazy stuff. I didn't see the video, but somebody got a video of like a fireball actually going across the bridge.
Now, were
It
you?
was a good night.
Did you just record those, or did you actually hear the gunshots also?
Oh no, we didn't hear them at all.
It just caught on the recorder.
Right, correct.
Most of the time, that's the way it usually is. Every now and then, you can actually hear something. I do hear in the house sometimes. Haven't for a while, but it's nothing bad or anything like that.
I can tell because you're still in the house.
Oh, yeah. No. Sometimes, like one night I was up here on the computer, and my wife was downstairs, and I heard what sounded like, because a bathroom's right across the hall from my room, and I heard somebody out there, and I heard her say, "There you are, little girl," which is our little girl cat. She's all the time saying it like that. And I said something to her and didn't get no response. I got up and walked out in the hall. There wasn't nobody there. And I went downstairs and I asked her, I said, "What'd you want?" And she says, "Nothing." "Why?" I said, "Well, you just upstairs." She says, "No, I wasn't. I've been down here the whole time."
Yeah.
So we do hear stuff like that sometimes.
I actually have a Confederate soldier hanging out here with me. He stays here in the office, and he walks, for some reason, he walks between here and the bedroom. And I had 4 psychic friends here, and Michelle, who is psychic, saw him too, and she actually got a name. His name is Lieutenant Colonel Walter Pritchett. And after she said that name, I did some research, and he was actually here in Gettysburg. Now, I don't know if he died during the battle. I couldn't find that out. But he hangs out here, and he lets me know he's here every once in a while.
And he just walks back and forth?
Yeah, he'll wake me up every once in a while. On one night, you know when you get woken up, I heard footsteps on the wood floor, and it was so loud that I thought somebody had broken in. And then I'm like, all right, dude, just, we got a deal. I don't care if you're here. Just let me sleep. Just shut up. Go back where.
So he's quiet most of the time, huh?
Yeah. There's 4 or 5 times he's let me know he's here.
Now, the apartment building you live in was part of the battlefield, wasn't it?
Yeah. The actual battlefield starts probably 50 yards from the apartment complex, and the first shot marker is actually about 2 miles up the road. So this was actual battleground.
Yeah, they could have been camped out there or hiding or anything. So,
General Davis, his brigade was actually right here. I looked at it, and I told this story to a woman downstairs, and she never told anybody, but she said she was laying in bed one night reading, and something smacked her leg, and she said, "I have never slept with the light off since."
wow. Haven't slept with the light off since, huh?
Nope.
Most spirits like that is not. Well, I want to say they're not harmful. They're just living out their life, probably over and over, kind of.
Right. I mean,
Lost.
you have to set you have to let them know, hey, this is my place now. If you hear that, yeah, I'm cool with it, but don't be throwing dishes around it. I am not going to put up with that.
So you've interacted with him enough to know that it's not just a residual haunting.
No, he just, I can't see him, but like I
You can
said,
sense.
right. I have a feeling he's watching me. But it's all good.
Just don't put on the wrong hat.
Right? No, I have Union and Confederate, decor here to keep everybody happy. I don't want to cause a fuss here, so everybody's happy.
Craig, Tabby in chat has says to let you know that Colonel Benjamin Pritchard was with the 4th Michigan Iron Brigade.
Walter Pritchard.
Walter Pritchard. I wonder
Walter
if Walter may be his middle name?
Could be. There wasn't a whole lot of information on him.
And depending on the era and where he's originally from, Scottish, Irish, some English back then had 4 names. You were given 2 middle names. And often you would use one of those instead of the first name.
Oh, that's interesting. If I remember, he was from Carolina or not sure. It's been a while since I looked him up.
Okay. Wow.
Get shocked, did you?
What's that?
That was that was Barbara. She hollered ow. I thought maybe she got shocked on her microphone.
No, I said no. Wow. That you can get enough data from EVPs and from your research to be able to go back and find these people do exist, and you're getting enough information to actually document that they were there at the time when you thought they would be there.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. I mean, research is a very important part of any investigation. I think it's a very fun part. We did a case down in West Virginia where we thought the whole town to this day still thinks that a woman was murdered by her husband. He set fire to a barn and killed her and her lover. Well, it turns out she actually moved to Towanda, Pennsylvania. She left in the middle of the night, and I found her grave. And she remarried a man from Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and I found his grave. So everybody thinks they both, died in that barn down in West Virginia. And here they were in my own backyard. Just by doing a little research, I found their actual graves.
Wow. I got another one from Craig. You got here called Sachs Get Out, and I assume that was at Sachs Bridge.
Yeah, it was probably one of the few things I ever got at Saks, and I don't think they wanted us there. Pretty self-explanatory.
It is, huh? I guess then I should turn up the volume a little bit so people can listen to it and see if you can hear it. I'll do that and then play it.
Please forgive me. Would you like us to leave now?
Emphasis on out, right?
It's a lot easier than just saying, get off my lawn.
I'm just trying to figure out why I would say, please forgive me. I always try to be respectful. I don't know what I did, but apparently I made him mad.
You made him mad. I'll play it again for you.
Please forgive me. Would you like us to leave now?
You can't deny that one, can you?
Out of respect, we left.
I got another one here from Craig called something rather Taylor 6, the floor, or the floor.
Yeah, this was at the Cashtown Inn about 8 or 9 years ago. There was 2 psychics that would see this gentleman sitting in the corner in this chair. But he would rarely speak. And finally one night he spoke, and they asked him what he was doing there. And he said his name was Major Walter Taylor, who was General Lee's aide. And he said that he had important papers in the floor. He hid them under the floor, and if he was supposed to give them to General Lee, and he never got around to giving them to them. So he's watching over these papers or these documents, orders, whatever. And so they got this from him. So I went over with my recorder and tried to talk to him. And you can hear what I think is him saying in the floor, the papers. So,
well, let's see if we can hear that then. So, put your headphones on, and let's see if we can hear it.
I am Major Taylor, sir. I'm trying to locate the papers. Could you tell us exactly where those papers are, please, sir?
I could hear in the floor.
Yeah, it was very faint, but I just about heard the word floor, so I figured it pulled together.
Yeah, we tried to get them to investigate that, but they're not going to rip up. So, knows there might be really important, valuable, useless paperwork in the floor of the Cashtown Inn.
Wow. Wonder if you could get to it going. They got a basement.
Yeah, they got a basement. There was a guy who offered to, I guess, you drill just a tiny little hole and with a camera and get down in there and search, but they don't. And that's understandable. I mean, that's a historical place, so who knows?
I love the story years and years ago when I was still living back east that there was a New Jersey house that a new people had bought, and it had been owned by the previous owner for decades and decades and decades. And they were looking at the layout, and at one point they thought, this is really weird because this room should be a little larger or something, and there was just something off about the way it was, like there was something that wasn't quite right. So they broke through the wall, and they found this massive cache of Revolutionary muskets and stuff that had just been stored there centuries earlier that nobody knew about. The previous owners had never had no knowledge of.
Oh, wow. That is a great find.
Yeah, unless they were primed, and then you'd have all that gunpowder in them.
I'm pretty sure the gunpowder was pretty moist and dead by then.
Wow. I'll play that one more time for you. And, well, maybe I won't. Hold on a minute. All right, here. I'll play it one more time for you. So listen close.
I am Major Taylor, sir. I'm trying to locate the papers. Could you tell us exactly where those papers are, please, sir?
In the floor, I got that. Which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, maybe someday somebody will look into that, but right now they are still in.
Wow.
If you happen to be in the company of a dowser, someday that might be an object you might try.
I'm sorry, you cut out for a minute, Barbara. What was that?
Oh.
What?
If you happen to be in the accompaniment of a dowser someday, that might be something that they can try to locate. That's non-invasive.
That's a great idea. Thank you.
There you go. Now, when you find that out and everything, you have to come back and tell us. We got one from somebody. We only got one. I guess it's the only EVP he has ever caught, but it's from Jeff. Jeff, you want to tell us what this is about?
Oh, yes. Years ago, I attended a paranormal event weekend that the late Don Schei held aboard the Queen Mary. And on one of the nights, we were down in the engine room and the first-class swimming pool area. And as a lot of people who study ghosts and EVPs and such, there's a little girl ghost in the pool area known as Jackie, and no one's quite sure whether she drowned or she just died on board the ship somehow. Investigator Bob Davis, who's a friend of mine, he's got some incredible YouTube videos of Jackie actually speaking audibly so that you could hear it and be on audio as well, not just EVPs but audibles. But I went into the dressing room area, and there was another investigator in there, and I had my little $40 Walmart digital recorder in my hand, and this female investigator in front of me had a digital recorder and an EVP light, or at least an EVP light, and she was calling to Jackie to look at the lights. And this is actually posted on my YouTube channel, pointing out that when you hear the investigator, you'll hear a slight reverb in her voice because of the way it's bouncing off the acoustics. But there's a quick little reply that none of us heard at the time that you'll notice there's no reverb. And then you'll hear the investigator again. Still addressing Jackie, but the voice could be that of Sarah, who's an adult female who tends to look after Jackie. So go for it, Henry.
All right. Listen close.
Jackie, sweetheart, I have this lovely light. Do you see this light, honey? Oh, sorry, light. See this light, honey?
Now, did she say yes?
Well, no. When she says, "Do you see the light?" What I always heard is "on this side," and I'm not sure whether or not the hissing at the end might be an inhalation of breath or if it's an additional EVP.
Because I thought I heard "I'm sorry."
Oh, never heard it as "I'm sorry." I've always heard it as "on this side."
Okay, let's listen to it and see again.
Jackie, sweetheart, I have this lovely light. Do you see this light, honey? Oh, sorry, light. See this light, honey?
Yeah, it sounded like on this side, and then at the end, yes.
Hard to hear, yeah.
Pretty interesting. That was a good one, Jeff.
Yep, it's the only one I've ever got so far. And I had to go through hours of raw audio just to hear that, because we were down into the engine room, which although all the main parts are all gone, so it's a giant, looks like a warehouse. But what was interesting, because I knew how to tag when you heard what seemed to be sound contamination. There was a security guard down with us, and as you stand in the middle of this large empty room, there are on the other side, opposite sides of the wall, are these two metal ladders attached to the walls, and they go up to pipe rooms, and you can see the giant, water pipes and engine stuff that's outside of our reach. And while we were there, we started hearing stuff, and so I was tagging, oh, there's work going on in the pipes. And the security guard said, "What?" I said, up there, and I pointed up to the open doorway. I said, "Somebody's working up on the pipes. I'm tagging." He says, "No one's up there." So we were actually hearing some kind of tink, 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 something working on the equipment that either he didn't hear, but myself and some other people heard it. We're like, "Yeah, somebody's up there right now." And there, no. Did I fall off?
No, you didn't.
No, that's a good one.
I was busy typing.
Oh, okay. Suddenly went into a Robbie Thomas mode where he just sort of stopped speaking and there was a long silence.
Well, you was talking and I was busy.
I know. Came to the end of my sentence and then came a period and then I stopped.
That was on the
Queen Mary in Long Beach.
See, you got us all beat there, Jeff. Everybody wants to do that.
Oh, the Queen Mary is awesome.
EVP or no VP. EVP, that's something.
Well, the second night I was there, and I wasn't recording, unfortunately, but I managed to find somebody to share a room with me so I could afford to stay over. And we were in one of the nicer little cabins, and I woke up in the morning, and it was about 6, 7 a.m., and just as I was about to swing my legs off my little bunk, as it were, a very large dog that was not standing there barked in my face. Just this big bark. And it was clearly a Labrador, because I know what Labradors sound like. And the other fellow who was sharing the room heard it as well. He wasn't sure that it was a dog bark, but he was like, "Yeah, what was that?" And I was thinking, well, here in three-dimensional spaces where it would have been standing. And I walked over to the door of the cabin, and while I was standing there, about a foot away from the door, on the other side of the door in the corridor, was a crash, as though somebody was falling or was being pushed and was slamming into the door, already going down to the deck. So essentially it was like going at an angle and crashing at the bottom half of the door. And you could clearly hear that something was bashing into the door. And without even thinking, I just yanked open the door, and it was a completely empty hallway. And the two of us were just like all giddy and happy about that. But neither of us thought to have a recorder going. So it's just something we experienced.
Wow. I got some. There's a house that we had investigated, I don't know, 8, 9 times. And we'd been called into the house through some friends. These two girls lived there, and they kept saying their house was haunted. And we went in, and they said all these different things happened and everything. So we went in with me and Mark and a couple others. And the way we were doing it was most everybody was staying out in their garage, and only a few people in the house at a time to investigate. And I had a recorder in the living room, and I had one in the bedroom where I was at. And we, one of the girls had been in the living room asking questions, investigating, and she went to the bathroom. And she leaves the bathroom, you hear her flush, and she walks across through the living room, and you hear her open the door going out into the garage. And that's when you'll hear this voice. So turn your microphones up and see if you can hear it. Now, I'll tell you what I think it says. And it says the B word and done. So I'll play it again for you and let you listen to it. But it's right when she starts opening the door to go out. I don't know if you guys could hear that well enough or not.
It sounds sort of like a little horror movie sound clip or something. So.
And it's exactly the way the voice is. It's something that wasn't nice in that house.
Has kind of a Bride of Chucky sound to it.
Something like that, yes. You're all the time. Now, like I say, I haven't been able to get back in that house for about 4 or 5 years. We're supposed to be invited back, but they always have things come up, and we haven't never got to go back in. But one of the things that you always are hearing knocks, bangs, water dripping, and you can go look on the faucet. Nothing's wet. It's not dripping anywhere. There's just you'll smell different smells. All sorts of different things happen in this house. One of the girls and myself was in the master bedroom, and I think she was sitting on the foot of the bed. I might have been sitting on the foot too. I'm not sure. Either I was sitting there or in the floor, but we hear a knock out in the hallway, and then you'll hear what happens after that. I'll play it for you and let you hear it. Everybody in the bed knows it.
It was almost like it was right underneath me.
The first knock was out in the hall. The second one was right under the bed, and you could feel the bed vibrate from like somebody was underneath and kicked it.
Oh, wow, that's.
So not all EVPs are of voice of somebody saying something. Whatever was in that place let you know that it was there. And I'll play that again for you. First one's out in the hallway, right outside the bedroom door. The next one was right underneath the bed, and you can tell the difference in the volume of the two knocks. That wasn't the bed, was it?
It was almost like it was right underneath me.
So that place is very interesting to investigate, and that's why I wish I was able to go back in there.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting place. I got another one here that I'm going to play. This one was caught by Marla. She was interviewing the caretaker.
My favorite.
She was interviewing.
I love this one.
She was interviewing the caretaker at this place in Florida, and it was just her and the other girl. Of course, she was on. Marla was doing it by phone, so there was only the one girl that was there. But you'll see what I'm talking about when you start hearing it. Listen in the background. And let me get to it here. Where's it at? Here it is. No. I have it. The reason I'm having a problem finding it is because some of the other ones that I have is got almost the same label to it. So,
You need to relabel your VPs.
well, I didn't do that for the show for some reason. So,
Well, we can take our last commercial break.
while I look for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that, I guess. What time is it? Oh, I guess it is. This will be kind of quick, and we'll let Jeff actually take us out.
Yeah, Skype hasn't kicked me out yet, so you're listening to the Paranormal View on para-x.com with your hosts Henry Foister, Ceiling Cat Barbara Duncan, and myself, Geoffrey Gould, discussing EVPs with our longtime friend and scriptwriter and author Craig Rupp. And so stay tuned for more of the Paranormal View after the break.
That's the Paranormal View with your host, Henry Foister, Geoffrey Gould, and Barbara Duncan. Every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on the Para-X Radio Network.
And welcome back, everybody, right here to the Paranormal View on the Para-X Radio Network. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to be with us tonight. And I hope everybody's having a good time listening to EVPs and enjoying it. So want to welcome back Geoffrey Gould.
Hello.
And I want to welcome back Barbara Duncan.
Barbara.
Think hard.
And
I guess I changed my name.
I want to welcome back Craig Rupp.
Uh-oh.
Maybe.
Say my name.
Yeah.
Hi. Sorry about that. I'll blame the rain.
I did not find it. Apparently, I put it somewhere else, so I couldn't find that one. I will find it. Maybe not this week, but I will find it, and I will be able to play it for everybody in the near future. However,
wait, you couldn't find the Marla clip?
No, I've got it. I just apparently put it in another folder instead of the one that I was supposed to put it in, and can't find it. So, but I do have it. However, I do have some things that I am going to play one. You know, a lot of times, even on our show, we get weird things and voices that come in. So we don't know if it. I don't understand how a bleed over would happen on our show on Skype because we're not connected to anything else. So I have no idea where it comes from. But one night we were doing the show and talking, and I'll let you listen to it. So see what this has to say. No, never. Yeah.
Joe?
What?
Who just said Joe?
I don't know. It wasn't me.
A male's voice suddenly said Joe.
Yes, it did. Right out of the clear blue. We have no idea who it was. And it was just the one word. I'll play it again for you. No, never. Yeah.
Joe?
What?
Who just said Joe?
I don't know. It wasn't me.
A male's voice suddenly said Joe.
Wow.
I remember that one. That was quite a...
Greg, are you still there, or did you completely fall off?
I am here.
Oh, okay. I seen where you'd sent a message saying kept cutting out on you.
Yeah, when you guys are talking, it cuts out for a couple of seconds. So my apologies.
No, that's fine. That happens.
It's Skype.
I think a lot of it is. We there was another house that some people had wanted me to do. A friend of mine, and we went into his house, and there was all kinds of different things that was going on there. I also had a medium with us, and it was amazing that she would say things, and then I would pick things up. My son was in the master bedroom at this house, and he was the only one in there investigating. I had a recorder laying on the nightstand beside the bed, and he was at the foot on the other side of the bed asking questions. And I'm going to let you hear what happens while he was in there.
We're not going to leave until we hear some kind of...
So there.
Yeah. He's not done. See, he thought it was a coin or something. He went over there and was looking on the floor to see what happened. There was nothing there.
Almost sounds like a cassette, like an audio cassette falling.
Like something plastic.
Yeah, it sounded something like that. We couldn't find out what it was, but it was just funny how he said, we're not going to leave until, we hear something or whatever. And right there, it happens.
Meanwhile, the ghost is saying, why are they still here?
Yeah. There was 2 or 3 different ghosts in this place. I'm going to play it for you again so you can listen.
We're not going to leave until we hear some kind of...
And he got to hear it.
When he did it fall, it sounded like it bounced a few times.
Right,
Yeah.
It did. But there was nothing there. He was the only person there, and it was right next to where I had the recorder. That's why I picked it up so loud. So that place had a lot of stuff going. I only got to do that house one time. What was interesting was we had a medium with us, and her and myself and Mark was sitting in chairs in the living room, and we was looking right straight down the hallway toward the back door. It was a real small house, wasn't real big at all. And we had a green grid pointing down toward the back door. And I had the recorder sitting on the shelf right next to me, and then Mark was sitting next to me, and the girl was on the other side of Mark. And she was a medium, and we was asking questions and doing different things. And we was just being real quiet, and all of a sudden she said she misses her mommy. And it's a little girl that is supposed to be in the house. And I was trying to get her to talk with me. And she all of a sudden she said she misses her mom. Let's see. I've got that one here and this one. So listen close and see if you can hear it. Now, if you hear in the background, as soon as she said she misses her mommy, you'll hear this little girl say mommy. It's a second voice, and it's in the background. So listen real close. It's kind of funny to me when a medium sits there and she says this or whatever, and then the little girl says it.
I don't know if it actually played or if the audio cut out and I just didn't hear it.
It didn't play.
I didn't hear it either.
Oh, you didn't?
Okay, so it's not just me. Okay.
You guys didn't hear anything at all?
Not a whit.
Oh, I thought mine cut out again. I'm like, oh, I missed that one.
Hold on. No, let's see here. Oh, it says it's sharing sound. So
well, yeah, and Skype says it works better too, I'm sure, but
well, let me turn the speaker down a little bit. Maybe it was messed up. All right, let's see if you can hear it this time. Did you hear it that time?
Nope.
Nope, nothing played.
Oh, man.
I'm just glad I wasn't going insane. I was like, I keep missing it.
Does it show?
Just
Does it show you're still recording?
Oh.
Yeah.
See, I don't know why the sound wouldn't be working then.
Well, recording doesn't indicate playback. I mean.
Yeah, it does on the share sound. Because if I'm sharing the sound, then you should be able to hear it.
Well, maybe it'll play on the podcast.
Well, we'll see. Did anybody in the chat room hear the sound? Tina says she's hearing it.
There you go.
They said they heard it say mommy.
Yay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what?
I see what you're. I see what you're saying now. That.
Yeah, if it wasn't playing through, you wouldn't have been recording it. I mean, I'm recording it, but I didn't want to stop sharing sound and then start sharing sound again, because then if it was already recording, I didn't want to stop doing it.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me try a different one in and see if you can hear it. At one point, I was trying to get the girl to come up close to me and touch me or talk to me. And she says she's standing right in front of you. And I'm saying, well, let me try and take your picture. And then Mark says, honey, can Henry take your picture? And you'll hear what the little girl says then, or should be able to hear it anyway. So let's try that and see.
Could Henry take your picture, please?
It's kind of soft because it's picking up her talking. Hopefully, if you got earphones on and got them turned up, you can hear that. But right after Mark says, honey, can Henry take your picture? You hear the little girl say, I'll be smiling. So I'll play that one again for you, see if you can hear it.
Could Henry take your picture, please?
Yeah, he said they heard it in the chat room.
I heard it. Yeah, that one I heard.
Heard that one. Yeah. Wonder why you guys didn't hear it. Huh.
The universe hates us for that.
I don't know, but I'm glad the other two didn't hear it, because I thought, oh, great. Ever-growing health concerns now.
Not only at your mic, but at your earphones too, huh? All right. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to play this one again for you on the Miss Mommy and see if you can hear it this time. How's that sound?
She's saying she misses mommy.
All right. Did it play for you that time?
Yeah. I heard the word.
Yeah, that time it played.
I guess. I don't know if that was the EVP or somebody saying mommy, but.
Oh, that was the little girl. First one was her saying, she says she misses her mommy. And then right after that, you hear the little girl saying mommy. Yeah. And Tabby says she even heard the one where I'll be smiling. So this little girl was talking to us like that, I don't know, for 30, 40 minutes. There's supposed to be a dark entity in that house that the little girl don't like. And after a while, we was trying to get the little girl to talk some more and wasn't doing it. And they were saying, well, the atmosphere feels different. And Lynn says, yeah, that entity has come up into the room. And I'm still trying to get the little girl to talk. And she says she's not here. She's back in the back. She had went back in the back of the house hiding from this dark entity. She didn't like it. And I have that one also. You'll hear her say that she's hiding. And see if you can hear that.
Another question.
Yeah, Bella's still moving. Set myself. Bella's back there now. I don't think she's going to want to get into this area.
Now, if you heard it real quick while they were talking, you hear a quick hiding in while they're talking. I'll play it for you one more time.
Oh, she's gone. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask another question?
Yeah, Bella's still moving. Set myself. Bella's back there now. I don't think she's going to want to get into this area.
Could you hear that quick hiding?
It sounded earlier in the clip.
It's early in the clip.
Oh, it is early in the clip because I thought I heard her saying hiding like real loud, like this is what I'm doing, and then it kept going. So I actually was expecting it to cut off like you tend to do with your EVPs.
It was talking. I also had a recorder back in the bedroom, and I'm going to play that one for you.
What's all?
Yeah, that's the same thing. No, it's her saying she's hiding.
Ah. Oh, yeah.
Could you hear the hiding more on that one?
Very, very clear.
Yeah. That was the neatest place where I found that a spirit like that was interacting with us, not just in one place, but different places, and the things that people were saying, she was reacting to. I thought those were really interesting ones. Oh. So, let's see here. What else I got? Oh, I got one. I didn't record it. It was recorded from some people who used to have a show on Para X. It was recorded in Waverly, and it was about 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning. They were out, this guy and his wife, and I'll just let you listen to it. It's, I don't know, a minute or so long, or a little bit longer maybe. I'm sorry, it's not that long. It's 38 seconds, but it's a pretty good clip. So listen close to it.
Okay, time out, wait. Yep. I heard walking behind me, then I just heard a door.
Hi. Did you come to play with us? Is it like a child's play history?
They were in this room talking. They heard doors opening and closing, different things. And all of a sudden, this little girl says, "Who are you?" And they both actually heard it with their ears, and they started trying to interact with the little girl. She never did say anything else.
Might have taken a lot just to say that.
Right. But, you know, they heard it and they tried to interact with it. I thought it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. There was no little kids in that building. Of course, there was, I guess, spirit-wise, but it was pretty interesting. I'll play that one again for you real quick, and let you hear her say that.
Okay, time out, wait. Yep. I heard walking behind me, then I just heard a door.
Wow.
Hi. Did you come to play with us? Is it like a child's play history?
Yeah, that was super clear.
And I love it when you get real clear EVPs or they're talking with you and you're interacting with them. I've been doing...
Actually hear it this morning.
Do what, Craig? Kiss the mic.
I am kissing the mic.
Oh, what'd you say?
No, I was saying that when you actually hear a disembodied voice, that one-ups an EVP in my book, because that's really cool. Then you can really interact. You know somebody's there.
Well, you heard the story of what happened to me years ago, Craig. I don't know if you've heard this one. I was dating a woman down in Fullerton in Orange County, and I'd go down. I'd essentially stay over 1 or 2 nights, and she had told me that she had a ghost in her home. And it was an older woman ghost, and my girlfriend would wake up and feel a hand holding her bare arm, and when it would as she woke up, she would feel it release, not just the fingers expanding and pulling away, but like with the hand still kind of clenched, so you could feel the fingers going across the flesh. And I thought, well, that just sounds awesome and cool. So one night I was down there, and it was about 3 in the morning or something, and I just woke up really parched. I thought, I just got to get a glass of milk. So I very quietly went into the kitchen, and as I am wont to do when I'm used to a place, I don't bother turning on lights, especially when there was a lot of ambient light coming through these large glass doors from the pool area outside. And I got a glass of milk, and I'm standing there in the half darkness on a linoleum floor of this little strip of kitchen, and literally about 5 inches from my right ear, I hear a female voice, just clear as bell, just say, "Hey." And all I could think of is, oh, Sharon snuck up on me. And I turned, and then I ended up doing a slow revolve in 180 degrees. I'm thinking, there's no one standing next to me. And there really was somebody who just said the word "hey" into my ear. And there was nowhere for the person to go. Where they would have been standing, they would have had to go about 10 paces to get to the doorway. And it was a linoleum floor. And even in bare feet, you would have heard something. And I'm thinking, that's awesome. And I'm thinking, what the heck? So eventually I was finishing my glass, and I was seeing whether or not I would hear anything else, and nothing. And I went back to bed, and my girlfriend's there, and I go, just out of curiosity, you've been in bed the whole time, right? She says, yeah. I say, well, I think your ghost just sort of introduced yourself to me.
Did you give her some milk?
I did not. She did not ask for it. She was just saying, hey. So, and that's all she would say. So the heck with her. She can get her own milk.
She can get her own milk, huh?
Yeah, it's not like I'm smart enough not to tell her to make me a sandwich, but you know.
Now that girl is woken up every night at 3 a.m. with the refrigerator opening.
Yeah.
Wow. Our time's kind of shooting right on down, but I still have a few, 1 or 2 more we'll try to get in here real quick. Like, let's see, I got one, been doing a place called Preble County Historical Society. I have all kinds of EVPs we got from inside the house. They're very low. You can't make them out, so they're not real good to play on the air, but you can hear different things, so I'm not going to try and play those. However, I was out in the old barn, and we were out there, and I asked a question on it. And let's see here. It is called... somewhere here. No, that's wrong one there. Oh man, I just had it a second ago. Too many things. Yeah, too many things. They keep disappearing on my computer. I don't know why.
The Phantom Phantom.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh, well, if I don't get to that one, then I won't do that one. Of course, my eyes ain't exactly real good anymore. So here it is. I was out in the barn, and It was in the late afternoon. Sun had been shining, had old tin roof. It'd been popping real good, so you couldn't actually get anything in there. And then by the time sun was going down pretty good, all of a sudden, all the popping and everything just stopped. You could have heard a pin drop into place. And I asked this question. So listen close. Can you walk across the loft up there?
Yeah.
I thought that was the coolest thing. I asked if it could, because we'd been hearing things down like underneath it or down toward that end of the barn. And the loft was clear. Where we was at, there wasn't nothing up there, period. And we just heard stuff down there over all that other noise. And finally, when it stopped, I asked if it could walk across the loft. And all of a sudden, you hear this thing starting to walk across the loft. And there wasn't nothing up there. So I thought that was real cool. Anyway, we are down to almost time to go. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to be with us tonight. And I want to especially thank Craig for dropping by with us and being on with us tonight. Maybe he can get his microphone fixed and we'll get him back on again sometime.
Very welcome. Thanks for having me. And yes, I will get a different mic next time. This one's all wet.
Oh, is that what it is?
Wants you to put a ring on it, too.
You can also look on Skype and see if you can find out where to adjust the sound on it. Maybe you won't have to stick so close to it. So, but anyway,
I think I'm going to delete it. You love it.
Appreciate it, though. And I want to thank everybody for taking the time to be with us tonight. And we will see everybody at the same time. Hope everybody enjoyed the show and hope you was able to actually hear the EVPs. And now I'm going to shut up talking and I'm going to let Barbara say some things.
Oh. Well, first of all, we need to tell everybody that there's going to be a new Gettysburg event happening soon.
Yep. Yes, there is. April 13th and April 14th. Yes. You can go to... send me a message if you want. Look me up on Facebook, Henry Foister, and I will give you the link if you're wanting to think about going to Gettysburg with us. It's an event, and I'll send you how you can get onto it so you know where it's at, when it's at, and who all is going to be going. Craig's going to be there with us. So we have, I don't know, there's about 15 people that's already said they're coming. So it's going to be a great time again. We always have a great time during the year. And I think Pat's going to be there. Kat Gash is going to be there. And just a whole bunch of people. So we ought to have a great time. Mm-hmm. So
there you go.
Yay.
Looking forward to it.
And let's see.
Our official website is theparanormalview.com. You can go to facebook.com/theparanormalview. And if you're on Instagram, definitely look up Craig Rupp, R-U-P-P. He does fantastic photography of Gettysburg and some of the best sunset photos you'll ever see there and on Facebook. So, yay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Doc.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me know how that's going, too. Yeah, and he has a great script, you Hollywood people who should be listening to the show, because they've got a great romantic film script and stuff.
Yeah, and that's going to be coming up before long. So good luck on all that. So with that, this is Henry Foister.
Geoffrey Gould.
And Barbara Duncan.
And we will see you next week at the same time. So good night, everybody. You've been listening to The Paranormal View on the ParaX Radio Network. Join us again next week at the same time for more of The Paranormal